longer find.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I figure since last night was round one of the NFL draft, we would talk about some of that today here on the channel. Now, I'm not going to talk about the entire first round, but I will tell you the top 20 picks because I believe those are the ones that everybody always remembers, unless you're a diehard fan of a college team and you remember exactly where every one of their players get drafted, or you're a diehard fan of NFL team and you remember exactly where they draft all their players. You're not going to remember every single draft pick. You can remember somebody getting drafted, but you don't always remember where they got drafted at. If somebody asks you, hey, who did the Falcons select in the 5th round of the 2014 draft, you're going to have to look it up. But usually the top 20 picks are the ones that we remember. If you have any thoughts on any of these picks, please feel free to let me know. The number one overall draft pick was Travon Walker from Georgia going to the Jaguars. And number two was Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan going to the Detroit Lions. Number three, the Texans took Derek Stingley from LSU. Number four, the Jets took Ahmad Gardner from Cincinnati. The 5th overall pick, the Giants selected Kayvon Thibodeaux from Oregon. And the Panthers, with the 6th pick, drafted Ikem Ekwonu from NC State. And the 7th overall pick, the Giants selected Evan Neal from Alabama. Number 8, the Falcons took Drake London from USC. And the 9th pick, the Seahawks took Charles Cross from Mississippi State. And the 10th overall pick, the Jets selected Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. And the 11th pick, the Saints took Chris Olave from Ohio State. And the 12th pick, the Lions selected Jameson Williams from Alabama. The 13th pick, the Eagles took Jordan Davis from Georgia, and I still can't believe that Jordan Davis gave up country music to become a football player. The 14th pick, the Ravens selected Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame. And before I go any further, let me say, yes, that was a joke. I know it's not the same Jordan Davis. Before anybody comments, I was kidding. I know it's not the same Jordan Davis. Number 15, the Texans took Kenyon Green from Texas A&M. The 16th pick, the Commanders selected Jahan Dotson from Penn State. Number 17, the Chargers took Zion Johnson from Boston College. Number 18, the Titans took Treylon Burks from Arkansas. And the number 19 pick is probably the only one of the first 20 that most people are going to say, who is he? Where is he from? And that is because the Saints drafted Trayvon Penning from Northern Iowa. They're the first non-big school in the top 20. And number 20, the Steelers took Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh. And that was the top 20 picks. And I know earlier this week, I think it was Tuesday, me and a couple of co-workers were discussing the draft, and I told them that I believe you might see as many as 9 wide receivers taken in the first 2 rounds, because I think the wide receiver group is very, very deep this year. And a lot of NFL teams that have good quarterbacks either have no good receivers or don't have any depth at wide receiver. And you've already seen a few taken off the board. And I believe also you're going to find out in the next few days why Cincinnati was a playoff team, because there's a lot of people out there that still don't understand it and still don't comprehend it. But I believe Cincinnati will have more players drafted than anybody in the draft except for Alabama and Georgia. And, of course, we know talent wins. So when you see about 8 Bearcat players drafted over the weekend, you can scratch your head and say, maybe they were pretty good after all. And just for future reference, since he's now transferring to a good team, The quarterback that everybody should look out for this year, and I believe we're going to find out how good he is Cameron Ward. Cameron Ward is a phenomenal quarterback, but he has been playing for Incarnate Word, and of course, most people have no idea who Incarnate Word is and where it is. And by the way, it's in San Antonio, Texas, but he is now transferring from Incarnate Word to Washington State because the former Incarnate Word head coach is now the offensive coordinator for Washington State. But Cameron Ward is a quarterback to look out for in the 2022 upcoming college football season. So for all you people that stay up late on Saturday nights, you might be seeing a lot of Cameron Ward this year for Washington State. Again, any thoughts on this draft, the first round, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. When I found out my toaster wasn't waterproof, I was shocked. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.